think we have gathered unbelievably at a critical moment. It's a critical moment right now. The bombs have been raining down on Libya for the last, well, Sister Cynthia McKinney will go into the whole thing, and I don't want to take any bit of her speech. But we all know that the U.S. and NATO has been raining bombs down on the Libyan people. And now the war has taken a turn, a worse turn for the Libyan people. But I want to bring it back home because I know Cynthia McKinney not in the capacity of the courageous sister who went to the front lines in Palestine and Gaza. I didn't know, I mean, I heard of it, and I didn't come in contact with her through the Libya struggle, the struggle to get U.S. out of Africa. I met her because my house was in foreclosure. And I was in the midst of declaring bankruptcy, not because it was my own fault, but because I had medical bills and I had to refinance my house. And it was Miss McKinney who stepped forward and put me on her television program, basically, and gave me the kind of solidarity that gives you the courage to fight. And of course, we were able to save my house. It's one last boarded up house in the city.
Good evening, and thank you, sisters and brothers, and my heart is just overflowing at the warmth that you have come out tonight to show to our sister, Cynthia McKinney. She is a true freedom fighter. We hear about freedom fighters all the time, but I think we can all agree that that label certainly applies to her. Anyone who stands for the right of nations to self-determination, who understands the predatory character of the U.S. wars and occupations in Iraq and Afghanistan. Anyone who believes in people before profits, for jobs, housing, and education, and not more billions for the Pentagon, should speak up now against this atrocity being committed in North Africa. Moreover, the U.S. ruling class sees breaking down Libya as an opening. It's not just one country. It's an opening for further penetration into sub-Saharan Africa and implementation of its plans for military domination and renewed colonization of the entire continent through AFRICOM, the Pentagon's new Africa Command structure. Sisters and brothers, we are all pleased to have here in Baltimore the Truth Tour, because the big business media has had nothing but lies, lies, lies. And I'm so proud to stand here in solidarity with the people of Libya, the solidarity with the oppressed masses over the world, fighting back against U.S. imperialism, British imperialism. Power to the people, sisters and brothers.
I'm Fred Mason, president of the Maryland State District of Columbia, AFL-CIO. And on the way over here, I was thinking about, well, what do you say about a person like Cynthia McKinney? And I was reminded that now we're in the midst of a great remembrance of the 1963 March on Washington and the unveiling of the monument to Dr. King, and how that was actually a contribution to progress for all of us. And then I was thinking about President Barack Obama. And many people say that without a Martin Luther King, there wouldn't have been a Barack Obama. And I submit to you that without a person like Cynthia McKinney, there would not have been a Barack Obama. So I want to thank Cynthia for all that she has done for our movement. The other thing I was thinking about on the way over here is, what else can you say about her? And I was reminded of one of my heroes, Che Guevara, and his contribution to the Cuban Revolution. But he was also an internationalist. He was about oppressed people everywhere. Anywhere that there was suffering, he spoke out against it. And Cynthia McKinney not only spoke out against the denial and discrimination that was occurring in her home state, she spoke out about it nationally. So she is a person of great character. She's also a person of commitment. And without a doubt, folks, she is a person of great courage. So I'm just honored to be here to offer that to you this evening.
There has been fear and trepidation on the part of our elected leaders, whether in the White House or in the United States Congress. They have been afraid to say no to more war. Even right here in Baltimore. Come on now. We have the Congressional Black Caucus, and sadly, only 6 members of the entire Congressional Black Caucus voted to end the funding for the war against the people of Libya. And when I say the people of Libya, that's exactly what I mean. Because NATO is bombing a town very much like Baltimore. Now, when I was there, and NATO said that they were going to intensify their bombing at that time, they were only bombing at night. And so they decided that they would bomb more at night. And that night, the first intensification of the bombing, they bombed 26 times. Can you imagine 26 times? Bombs falling right here in the city of Baltimore? Can you imagine going about your daily business and never knowing if a bomb is going to drop on you as you are doing what you are supposed to do? Well, that's what NATO's first intensification of the bombing was. And when that didn't work, in combination with the blockade that they've got, so that they don't allow food, fuel, or medicine to come in, even in the midst of the bombing. They deny medication to come in.
Come on now.
They're bombing food warehouses, and they don't allow food to come in.
Teach.
It's collective punishment.
That's right.
Collective punishment is a war crime. It's a war crime when they do it to the people of Palestine. It's a war crime when they do it to the people of Libya. I would love to see the day when we do not have to have a president of the United States who is also a war criminal. It will continue until we stop it.
That's right.
And that is why this tour is so important.
That's right.
If you are the recipient of a peace prize, then make peace.
Right.
Make peace. Make peace at home and make peace abroad.
Right.